This is Wandsworth Radio News.
Yes, the news is that it's still fairly Wandsworthian outside there. If I look out of the window, I can see that we're surrounded by humans. The humans who invaded the area, that's right. They're spreading their words of peace and love. Can we trust those humans? I don't know. But what we can trust is in the next 2 hours, you will be exposed to not only myself, but mystery guests. One called Mark and one called Anti. I've just given away the mystery. But the mystery is that the weather in Wandsworth is always beautiful, sunny and wet. But not necessarily in that order. But you can look forward to things I'm continuously saying now to make less sense in the next, well, I would say 2 hours. It's counting down. There's only an hour and 58 minutes and seconds to go. So enjoy me while you can. Yes, that was certainly some music that you were listening to then. But what you are listening to me now saying is this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to listen to Wandsworth Radio, because you are here and so am I, quite obviously. Here on Sunday afternoon, you can avoid all that unpleasant gloom by tuning in with your ears and no other part of your anatomy to this wonderful show, because Wandsworth Radio is the way things are going now. I don't care if you find yourself attracted to small animals like cows, but don't forget, in Wandsworth area, things might get slightly hairier if you don't. That's not a threat. I'm not saying I will track down where you live in the Wandsworth area and say, if you don't listen to me, well, so many exciting things will happen. But the most exciting thing right now is I am joined at the hip by our guest today. Now, last week, we had some luxury women. I bought them off Amazon. They were Amazonian women. But today, I've got substandard men. That's why I bought a large, huge, enormous packet of manliness. Set next to me now is Mark, the Keegan. Hello, Mark.
Yes, good afternoon, Elliot.
It very is a good afternoon, actually. And next to you, I believe, is fellow DJ on this station, Duhring Battalion.
Are we on now?
Oh, I think you're not up.
Oh, right.
There you go.
Are we on?
Oh, yes, very much on, and we are up, and things are definitely happening. So how are things with you, and what are you doing on this day? Because usually you're on Mondays.
Well, I've been invited onto the show today.
By whom?
I think it was you.
It might have been me. Who knows?
Yeah.
I still haven't recovered from the surgery yet. I should stop talking about it, really. But there you go. Can you see the scar? It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. We did a show on hernias once. It's a great topic. I was just talking to Mark about it. It sounds really comedically perfect.
It's really good. The thing with hernia, people say it's difficult, but you've just got to stick it out. That's my only hernia joke I had. Yes. 3 weeks I had learning that.
Like it or lump it, eh?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. So, but the thing is, I managed to get lucky, and that's a nice link to whatever song it should be playing right now. So I press this button, do this here, and in a minute now we should have some punk that's slightly daft.
Lucky, we're up all night to get lucky.
I'm unsure with this song what his intentions are. I mean, how is he getting, like, lottery numbers or scratch cards? What is he? Has he seen his horoscope? What does he mean by luck? Will we
He's
ever know?
He's just optimistic about everything.
Oh,
That's
I should try that. Yeah.
Sunday roast. It's the Wandsworth Sunday roast. 2 to 4.
This is me, my jingle. Do you like me jingle?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I made it. It started nice.
It's the Wandsworth.
Almost as proud as I am of my son of this jingle. That's me singing with my voice. I like the honesty. It's amazingly all right. It just goes on. That's the name of the show.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, cool. There you go. It's not as urban as certain other ones that they are playing here. Occasionally, because you've worked in this radio station before quite a bit.
Yeah.
And do you have that abundance of jingles in between your stuff? Or you've got a raw show of an hour on Mondays at 10 o'clock?
So there's sort of jingles. Yeah. We've got a theme.
What's your theme tomorrow?
I mean, a theme music, which is like a jingle.
Oh, I know, because that's Mark the Hook, not Mark the Keegan.
Yeah,
who I keep forgetting to put the mic up for. Hello, Mr. Mark, are you there?
Hello there, yes. And we should point out it's 10 p.m, just in case anyone...
I keep saying 10, yeah, I mean 10 at night.
10 p.m,
show at 10 a.m. and are disappointed.
Yeah, that's
Not
right.
that I'm sure there'll be a disappointing show on Wandsworth Radio.
Well, there was always this disappointment on 10 o'clock on Thursdays, because we finished. But Lexi Carducci is still doing her show. See, we're linking it all in. She does a show on Thursdays at 10 o'clock. So can you give me a hint about what your show will involve tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yes. We've got a really funny guy on tomorrow. Gary Hollocks is on from Mitcham. And
is his middle name Al? Does he do that? No. That's why I'm not a funny guy on your radio show, is it? Gary Alcoholic? No,
yeah,
no. Don't mock an affliction.
That's a good pun.
Is it?
Gary
It is.
Alcoholic. He's also appearing at the Colour House Comedy Club. Which I've accidentally done.
Welcome to Tenuous
do
Links.
You know Gary?
I booked him, but I haven't met
you
him.
booked him. Oh, yeah. Very funny guy. And he's a smashing lad, and he's going to be coming on tomorrow. And he's been going to be telling jokes, and he's really... And also tomorrow we've got a live audience in. It's not been done before, but we're going to have a live audience in. Gary's nervous. I've told him there's nothing to be nervous about. Right, yeah. He's going to be okay. I'll warm them up for him, and he's going to do absolutely smashing. I've got absolutely a whole lot of faith in that lad. I really have.
I mean, if it all goes terribly wrong, there's a window. He can jump, can't he?
Yes,
He can
of
do
course
that.
he can, yeah.
It's all right. There's an escape capsule just over there.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Mark, you were just doing a tenuous link to your comedy show that's kind of in the Wandsworth area. It's sort of in the UK. It's nearby.
It's down at Merton Abbey Mills.
It's all adverts
which,
today.
Most people know it's got a big Sainsbury's and a Marks and Spencer's. Other department stores and supermarkets are available. And it's on the Merton Abbey Mills, the little...
Merton Abbey Mills, is that like an actress? That feels like it should be an actress.
Yes.
Part of the Mills family. What was it? There was Hayley Mills, those distant Mills, whatever they're called.
Juliet Mills.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Satanic Mills.
There you go. I couldn't find that.
There
Dark
you go.
They don't talk about Dark Satanic Mills. He's like a Sith Lord. He's like a Star Wars. Both of you looked at me like going, yeah, thanks for that. What does that mean, you sci-fi nerds?
He's quick, isn't he?
He is quick.
He's really
Too
quick.
much
I'm not
orange
keeping
juice.
up with you. This is
Get
really
back in
good.
the knife
You
box,
can tell,
Mr. Sharp. But yes, anyway,
He's
while
a
we're mentioning it, if you live in the Wandsworth area, it's quite easy to reach.
Why are you holding up a flyer? He's literally holding up a flyer. So
I can
we're not
remember
on
the
camera.
details.
We can't be seen. But okay, read off the flyer, you professional person.
The
You.
Colour House Theatre Comedy Club is the last Friday of the month, and so the next show will be Good Friday. And
afterwards it'll be known
entry
as
is
My God Friday.
a mere £5.
How much?
£5
Only?
Only £5.
Goodness
and
me.
there's 5 acts plus me.
So that's a pound.
And,
Is that an act? Each one is worth £1.
We'll have lots of fun.
He's not going to say he's not. But I drew him in there.
I know.
Are they worth more than £1? How much have you paid for them?
What's this?
Your acts.
The
You're
acts.
listening to me.
Well, I am.
Yes.
I'm trying to.
I know.
Trying to tell you what I'm doing.
I want to
yes.
know how much. It's a £5 to see 5 people.
It's a £5 to see.
So I'm
5
assuming that
people.
means each act is worth at least possibly less
£1,
or more
yes.
than £1.
And if you throw me in as well, and it looks like you do want to throw me in somewhere at the moment, then that's about 6. How many 6 is going to? It's about 85p an act, isn't it?
There you go.
85p. That sounds a really.
It's like
great
Poundland on
I'm
sale.
looking forward to playing that. It sounds really
what can you
smashing.
get for 85p these days?
Silence.
There you
Yeah,
go.
loaf of bread, actually.
Yeah.
It's a loaf of bread.
So if you can
That's good, actually.
If you wanted to buy 5 loaves of bread, don't bother. Go to the comedy night because it's a whole meal of entertainment.
But I think Antti just
Whole meal.
demonstrated that he's a man of the people, because they're always asking politicians, how much is a pint of milk, and they never know because it's all bought for them.
Yeah.
And quick as a flash,
I-
he said a loaf of
85p.
bread for
The only
85p.
way I know that is because I bought one today.
Wow.
Just in
It's
case.
like you knew, wasn't it, that you were going to
Forget
get put
that
on
thing.
the
If you're going to
spot.
be hit
Yeah.
by a car, wear clean underpants. If you're going to be hit by a car, make sure you have that information about how much your underpants are worth. And how much are your underpants worth, Auntie?
They're worth quite a lot, I think.
We'll find out. We're going to have a look now and see how much his pants are worth after this song. We were saying how much we were enjoying the bit where he stopped singing. I was pondering over that jingle. Maverick Sabre was saying all he wanted to do was walk lit into the sun. That's dangerous. Shouldn't encourage people to do that sort of thing. Have you ever walked into any sort of large planetary, or have you ever dreamed of walking into Mars or colliding with Jupiter?
Not
or
really, no.
interfering with Uranus or something? Have you ever been... I went in a... Oh dear, madam.
I walked into a bus stop once, and that hurt.
I was waiting for some sort of I walked into a heavenly body actually, and it was you. And yes, so talking of heavenly bodies and stuff, what are you wearing? What are you wearing today, or why aren't you wearing clothes today, Mr. Mark?
Well, I've had this dilemma.
I can see it. Oh yes,
I've had some underpant confusion because my team Crystal Palace are in the FA Cup semi-final.
Hooray!
And when I came home after the game, they're called final match, I put my lucky pants, because they won the game, into the wash and thought, save them for the next game. And then when I took the washing out, I had 2 pairs of identical pants, so I don't know whether I need to wear both pairs to the next game.
It's adding a sort of element of not choice but randomosity to it, like gambling.
Absolutely.
There was a very famous criminal gang, and they were called the Underpant Gang.
Were they?
I don't know if you heard of them.
Very brief, their time.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
They had a lot of front. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So what happened to them in the end?
I don't know very much about them. It was in that film Gangs of New York.
Ah, yes, with Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yes.
And I want to say Daniel Day-Lewis, My Left Foot, and everything. Did he do any other films that are based on anatomy, like my elbow or my finger? It was just one foot.
I think just the one. Yeah.
He did
Yes.
Lincoln, didn't he?
Yes, that's mainly a hat. I think of a hat when I think of Lincoln.
And a biscuit. Lincoln biscuits. Do you
Are they?
remember those?
They have like
Lincoln
bullet
biscuits,
holes
and it's
in them?
also a place as well.
It
You can
is,
actually go there and look at it.
What, a biscuit? No, Lincoln is a place.
Lincoln's
is a place. Where is it? Is it in the Wandsworth area?
It's in Lincolnshire.
It's in Lincolnshire.
But is Lincolnshire anywhere near the Wandsworth area?
It's
You're going to say
hundreds
no.
of miles away.
Hundreds
from
of miles away.
Wandsworth.
Yeah, but we
So
could do
it's within hundreds of miles.
If we
of
loosen
it.
the handbrake of Wandsworth, it could slide. I was going to say slide down. It's up north, isn't it?
It's away from Wandsworth.
I have no idea about human geography. It's a dead giveaway that I
I
am from
think
another
it's
planet.
Starboard
There you go.
from
Yeah.
Streatham.
I don't never eat shredded wheat. I know that.
Starboard from Streatham, and then go north.
Yes.
And then go south.
What,
And
is
then
this
you'll find-
starting from where we are now? Like go down the stairs, through the
From-
door, go left,
from
go
Wandsworth.
right. From Wandsworth.
From Battersea Park Road,
Yeah.
you get 44 bus,
Yeah.
and then that basically drops you off at Lincolnshire.
There you
Lincoln. And I'll tell you this, I've done gigs in Lincoln.
Yeah, is that how you got there?
Lincoln
Right,
University, yeah.
Is it nice?
It's fantastic.
Are they well-educated people? As in they get you?
They really know what they're going on about, and it's fantastic. It's one of a great gig if you can get it, yeah.
Okay, we'll watch out for that.
What about being a support act for Linkin Park? Have you thought of doing that?
No.
Oh, Lincoln Park. I'm confusing them.
They're a football team.
They're a football team, but also
They're a
some
football
sort of,
team, so I don't
Yes.
agree with going on
I thought they were
and
a
just
rock band,
supporting a
Lincoln.
football
They
team.
do both. By
They do both.
night, they're a rock band. By day, they play football. Other way round, they couldn't see. They'd have the luminous shirts on.
I've done gigs where I've supported dancers and things like that, but to go on before a football team,
It would be difficult.
yeah,
Yeah, 'cause you sort of, you'd
there's
be-
no stage.
No. Exactly.
It's just you. There's no point.
You get like a red. There was a red card comedy club connecting to football in Norwich, and I did a disastrous gig there. Someone came up to me, "Oh, you do surreal, peculiar stuff. That'll go down really well with the football crowd." No, and it was the first gig my girlfriend, now my wife, saw, and it was appalling. One table got me. I don't mean in a surreal sense, like I peeled the furniture.
You mean they got you with the glasses?
Yeah, wow. No, they'd see me rehearsing, and I made them laugh. And I came on stage, and this guy, the host man, sort of went, "Ladies and gentlemen, we said tonight that we're going to have 4 acts. We're lying. It's going to be 5. Ladies and gentlemen, Elliot Stewart." I thought, great. And as I went up the stairs, he went, "Yeah, he's not very good. He's a local lad. Forget about him. Dip the lights. Going to have a drink." So that's why
That's a
I'm
brilliant-
moving back to Norwich, and I'm going to hunt him down and attack him with this piece
That's
of
a
music.
brilliant intro.
It is. I mean, are you aware of the Beatles? Were you aware of them?
I did actually do some research on one of the Beatles.
Oh, yes.
The trumpet player, Snorkel.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember Snorkel. Yes.
I did actually a bit on Snorkel and
Yeah.
and also about the Beatles and about things that were going on in the Beatles as
Yeah.
well.
Well,
And,
we have got a live exclusive about Snorkel coming up after this next jingle.
Yeah.
And we can learn a lot more about Snorkel and how he affected what essentially is known in the business as the non-sound. Basically, the bits that you hear before and
he
after.
was the trumpet player.
He was the trumpet player. And Penny Lane, that's not him.
No, he's not in that.
He's
no.
not in that. So if there's any
He's
songs,
in the early ones.
in the early
a lot
ones,
of the early ones.
the early ones.
And he was great. And there's stuff that was going on in the Beatles, like for instance.
Well, we'll find out very soon, I'm afraid. There's a jingle coming in. Don't worry. It's okay, because we've got a promo for what's going on Thursday. Snorkel. He said old. I feel old. When he was using the word old school, I found ancient with the modern music you were saying, but old music. Back to Snorkel. What can you tell me about Snorkel?
In the Beatles.
In the Beatles, Snorkel,
there was a thing about where they used to have, like with mushy peas,
Yeah.
they would have them all over the meal, whereas some people would just have it on the side. And
Yeah.
I mean, I like it like that, but I didn't know that was going on in the Beatles.
Okay, that's cool. I can understand that. What's that got to do with Snorkel? Like, not Snorkel, the trumpet player. You said about peas.
I can't remember the connection now.
Oh, okay.
But,
If anyone knows what the connection is
yeah.
between Snorkel, peas, and what Duhring Battalion just said, so I don't know. I mean,
it was just to do with Beatles facts. Mark was
because most of them are dead, aren't they? Not the facts that the Beatles themselves. They're 50%. He's grinning at me like I'm telling an untruth. It's true.
No,
I had to break it to my son that basically because he was listening to Beatles music and everything, and though I did have that trouble with, I put the best of the Beatles on. The one with the blue cover when they're leaning over, that one with the long hair. And basically, it was all going really, really well. And then he listened to I Am the Walrus, which has the word knickers in it at some particular point. So I can say knickers.
You can do.
I can, but they had trouble with that. That song possibly got banned because of its use of the word knickers. I said it again. So I don't know. I'm about to discover we're allowed to say knickers in 2016. I don't know if it's sexist. Should I say briefs or gentlemen's?
Well, you're balancing it out.
I am balancing it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you've noticed. Yeah, it's after the operation. It's a
Vests.
Vests.
Does anyone wear vests anymore?
Bruce Willis. He wore one in
did.
Die Hard, a film I don't like. There's only one good bit in Die Hard, the bit where he mistakes Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman pretends to be a hostage at some point, and there, for me, is the moment of tension. Apart from that, it's just Bruce Willis in a vest. That's it. It just doesn't. Do you guys like Die Hard?
Well, I think a lot of people probably... Well, they did. They paid good money to go and see Bruce Willis in a vest.
Yeah. Well, did you know that Sophie Ellis Bextor once released a B-side called Bruce Willis in a Vest? Would you like to hear the A-side?
Yes.
Here we go. And that was lovely Sam doing our news. We've not had that before. We are all being our wacky comedy things, and Sam was doing his utmost to just do it in a pair of Speedos, which I thought was very impressive. I mean, I shouldn't be looking.
It went swimmingly, didn't it?
Thank you. There you go. That's what he's here for. So, Auntie, I was going to say, you've got your show tomorrow at 10 p.m.
Yes.
You've got all your guests. We've talked about this already before.
Yes.
Have you ever thought of... Hang on, I'll get back to you. I'm not sure I could cope with the end of that. I mean, nothing against the song or anything, but there was the sort of... Did you find the guitar noise a little bit peculiar? Frightening, I think is the word I was talking about. I wouldn't normally say that. I wouldn't describe that song as fun, because it wasn't. That was the name of the artist. That was Fun with Some Nights, I believe. Oh, get careful. It's my appliance. It's okay. Now, we got distracted then because Auntie didn't look... I think, particularly chuffed by my voice, which I think was trying to be northern. Auntie, how did you feel about the sketch I did just then?
I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
Oh.
I was really...
This is called male flirting.
Amazing. I was really...
Did I see a teardrop halfway through from your face?
Laughing so much.
It was that was really smashing, and I'm always in favour of... encouraging that. I think that's absolutely tremendous.
He's good, isn't he? Good. I'm glad I installed him.
And
does he have other modes? Because he's nice.
I always say. I mean, I've got someone on my show, Mark the Hooks.
Oh yes.
And basically, what used to happen was I used to do another show in Streatham, and he used to always come after school on his bike and that, and he'd be outside and with one of his mates, and he'd be getting on his back, and they'd be looking in through the window. And he was doing a paper round, and I let him in, and he's come on the show, and he's been absolutely fantastic, smashing. He really has. There's been nothing that anyone can say about him. He's been absolutely...
I'm too scared. He's big boy.
He's been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm all for that. And when I see a couple of lads here doing... I think that is absolutely fantastic, and I would normally give that a round of applause.
Wow, you see, I mean, what would happen if we bribed him to say that? What else could he say? Have you got a fiver? I want to hear more. Have you got any money on you, Mr. Mark? Have you got? Hang on.
No. Hang on.
Yes. You got like here's a fiver.
The folding stuff.
What else can you? What else can you? And that end of that song was actually being done by Antti. He did that. I can't do it, you see, but he was amazing. That's why we have him on. Is to do that. Now, coming up in a moment, we have the news.
Well, I just asked him to remind me what the vowels are.
And he
went,
got irritable bowel syndrome.
yes.
Yes. And but you're feeling better now, Mr. Antti.
I'm fine.
That's good.
Actually,
Yeah.
That's
good to hear.
Absolutely fantastic.
Well, we've got coming up now.
Really
Yes.
has been tremendous. It
It
really
has. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that it's better. That's
Yeah.
good. So that's all right. So, but coming up very, very soon, we do have the news with the sensational Sam, who is poised behind us, all ready to go. You can see he's looking out of the window to see what is happening in the world. What news is out there? I mean, who knows? I think it's biting. It's fresh. It could be anything right now. We don't know. I mean, Trump might have invaded this country. That's just the verb, not the person. Who knows? Because when I'm in my day, like Trump was, well, can I say it was an escape of gaseous substances from your lower regions. I don't know whether I've lost my job by saying that now, but I think I was euphemistic enough to know what I'm talking about.
Who just trumped? I'd forgotten about that.
There you go. Yeah. And now that's going to take a whole new meaning if he becomes president of the, what's it called? Leader of the fine world? Leader of, what's it called?
The free world.
The free world. He'll change that. It'll be the expensive
Dictator
world.
of America.
Eh?
He's running for the dictator of America.
Something like that. Or possibly the mayor of Wandsworth. Who knows? I mean, the mayor of Wandsworth is a lovely lady and one day we will have her on as a guest. So if you're listening right now, and I did know your name and I've forgotten now, so I do apologise. The mayor of Wandsworth, do come onto the show, be in one of our sketches, and come and meet the people who live here. None of which are us, to be honest.
I do. I'm a Wandsworth resident. Yes.
Are you? Are you really? Is that true?
It is true.
We'll find out whether it's true later on, because we can give out your address. They're giggling because that was a bit rude. That was a naughty punchline. No, it wasn't. The girls over there were just doing a gymnastic display. Yes. Now, I was going to say, we haven't got much time, but later on, we will be talking to... My arms move around when I do... Have you noticed my arms move around when I do that?
I know. It's very expressive.
It's very expressive. It's as if I'm imagining that I have like these little semaphore flags, which equally... how slow do you do semaphore?
They do that with acting as well, don't they?
They move their arms. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
They do a lot of that moving.
I watched a film last night and they were doing it.
A lot of moving.
Yeah.
I saw Spectre for the second time, and it's better, but not a lot happens.
It's funny you're saying that. I was watching Moonraker.
Oh, I prefer Moonraker.
Moonraker, yeah.
I like Moonraker better than Spectre. I'm not being deliberately controversial. There's just more set pieces.
You like Roger Moore?
I think it's more realistic as well.
Pardon?
I think it's more realistic.
I know if you're sort of walking along a sort of fake plastic bridge and you get attacked by a giant snake, it's going to look like that.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
But I actually used to know a guy who he was a comedian and he worked writing the gags for MI5, that when they, for instance, if they're in a situation which, say a helicopter's just blown up, they need to be able to say something quick.
A quick
like
quip,
that.
Yeah.
And he used to write the lines for them and they'd be able to use those.
Wow.
And,
so it's very realistic.
It's very realistic, yeah.
It certainly is.
He's always got a really good line, hasn't he?
Yeah, he says that. Well, I don't know. Does a large? Is it something with a large
really,
chopper? No,
yeah,
helicopter.
It's just incredible ones. It
really
is fantastic.
It is definitely. I do feel that everything. When you watch a Roger Moore movie, everything is not a chat up line, but he seems to think it is. Like so a lady will show up with his medicine, and she'll go, "Mr. Moore, I'm just delivering your suppositories. You certainly are." And it's like, no, that's fine. It's not an evening, out. It's not an exciting thing.
Yeah, I mean the thing is with James Bond, I think it's always the intros. They are the best parts of the film. I mean, if you look at Moonraker, what happens before the film has even started is that he's had that fight on an aeroplane. He's been pushed out of the aeroplane, and they are actually falling. Yeah, that's not CGI.
They literally threw. How many actors did they get through?
Yeah, they went through.
They were chucking them out there, and it was different days.
To get it
you
right.
could do that,
and they really are.
Because the flares helped. It was a 70s thing, and that.
But it is
noise
falling,
is the flares, and it slows the thing down.
It was all blowing up in the air and everything like that. It was really, but they were falling. It was absolutely fantastic. And then you've seen that, and the film's not even started yet.
I know, that is amazing.
And then the week music starts, the week theme music from
no,
Shirley.
I
I don't think that's next to Diamonds Are Forever.
Not really.
Or
Though
Goldfinger.
Spectre,
It really isn't.
got an award. The Sam Smith thing, nothing against Sam Smith, I'm sure he's very nice and everything, but that song is... That's my reaction to it, and it won an award. It got an Oscar or a Grammy or something.
Comparing it against, because at the time of who George Martin actually did some of the James Bond soundtracks.
Live and Let Die.
Yeah,
these are facts that are true.
I think he did.
Where's Mark with his Fab Four facts?
I think he did a couple
ties
more
into
than
the
that.
Beatles.
Actually, I think he did a couple more than Live and Let Die, didn't he, Mark?
I think
he's
he
here with
probably
the
did. Yes.
Here he is with the Wikipedia. He's got it out. He's having a look.
Yeah.
And
wish he wouldn't
he
get
did
it out.
some more.
I see.
It says he did some more, but
yeah.
The quality of the music soundtracks of early James Bond is just
there's
fantastic.
Top banana.
Top banana.
I think the next person, Katie B, she does songs, and maybe she'll do the next James Bond theme. Let's find out. If we hear the intro of the song, let's quickly make a decision whether she would have. Here we go. Sounding good, sort of dramatic. Could be Bondian.
Yep.
I like that key change. That's interesting. I think she slipped then like a cat on the piano. I know he's going to start singing again. I wanted to thank Duhring Battalion and Mark Keegan for coming along.
It's been lovely. Thank you very much.
That's right. Thank you for appreciating the humour and the vim and the vigour and all that sort of stuff.
Vim, I never use the stuff.
Oh, it's nice. It's nice. Use it under your armpits.
Other cleaners are available.
Yeah,
so I use talcum powder. Thank you.
That's right. And Mr. Mark Keegan. Now, while you're still here, I know we're talking over lovely Sean, and we'll play some more of him in a minute. But could you continue to advertise your thingy? Show us your thingy.
Yes, we have in South London's been crying out for another new comedy club, and so on Good Friday we have the relaunch of the Colour House Theatre Comedy Club at 8 p.m. on Good Friday, and thereafter the last Friday of every month.
And don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 10 o'clock for Duhring Battalion's radio show. He's put 2 thumbs up to say thank you for reminding everybody to come along and see that. Thank you for everyone appreciating the second debut of Wandsworth Sunday Roast with me, Elliot Stewart, and my guest stars, Duhring Battalion and Mark Keegan. I don't know, Mark, are you going to be here next week? Fingers crossed.
I think I will be.
Yay!
Yes,
That's
goes
brilliant.
okay, he'll be here.
It'll be good. So thank you so much for tuning in and enjoying Doctor WHeasel. We have a studio full of people all ready to go. The news will be coming after this, so thank you. My coach has turned into a pumpkin. I shall return next week, so in the meantime, here's some jingle and some lovely little bit of music.
Wandsworth